What is going on, everyone? First and foremost, I want to say thank you for being here right now watching this video. I do really appreciate for your time, and I would really appreciate if you do consider subscribing, simply because it does truly help me out a lot. Now we're going to be reacting to Mike Tyson goes off on Jake Paul and warns him, basically saying he's going to finish him. You get what I mean? Overall, both of these guys are going in there with confidence. Overall, I could say Jake Paul not so much, if you get what I mean. Mike Tyson is a lot more confident that he's gonna go in there and beat Jake Paul, right? But Jake Paul doesn't seem to be so confident, you get what I mean. He said it himself. He's very aware that, you know, Mike Tyson is a very dangerous opponent, so he's kind of, you know, he's definitely not going in there thinking he's just gonna, you know, knock out Mike Tyson just like that, if you get what I mean. But overall, I think it's going to be a good fight, man. A lot of people are placing their bets, picking who's going to win the fight, you get what I mean. People are picking Jake Paul. A lot of people are picking Mike Tyson. But a lot of people are counting out Mike Tyson simply because of his age, man. But overall, not going to do too much yapping. Just going to let the video play, then I'll share the rest of my opinion, say what I have to say at the very end of the video.
So many people, even the Saudi chief, got on social media and said, Mike, forget the script. Beat this guy. What do you say? Tell these people who keep saying that this fight is scripted for Jake Paul to win.
Well, just come to the fight and you'll see. Listen, I started Jake off and I'm gonna finish him.
The latest press conference between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson was wild, with both fighters taking verbal jabs at one another before the fight. Since this fight was announced, the boxing world has been skeptical about this fight taking place, and many questioned whether these two would participate in a real fight or not. However, the recent press conference answered all these questions, and Mike Tyson confirmed that both he and Paul are serious about this fight, and they'll be leaving no stone unturned to entertain the fans and put up a good show. Mike Tyson is already 58 years old, and many feel that he's too old to fight in a professional boxing match. Old Mike, however, begs to differ, and he boiled up when a reporter asked him about people criticizing his boxing capabilities at this age. Have a look.
How do you respond to people who are critical about this fight taking place in the first place at all because of your differences, particularly your age?
Well, I don't see too many people critical about it. Look at this. Ha 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 ha.
Critics, I mean.
Excuse me?
Critics, you know, people in the
Who?
industry.
Tell me who. Name it somebody.
Folks.
You? Who?
No, folks who say it. Thanks.
Yeah, no, thanks.
Mike Tyson seemed to be enjoying himself at the press conference. However, he hates people doubting his capabilities to destroy Jake Paul in the ring. This is because he has been training hard for this fight for months and wants the world to know that he's a boxing legend for a reason. Iron Mike has also shared countless video clips of his training on social media, which have generated millions of views until now.
I love it, bro.
Getting back to the press conference, Jake Paul was asked a serious question about fighting real boxing bouts against contenders from his weight class and age. Rather than answering the question, the YouTuber turned boxer nearly started a brawl.
Jake, you say you want to be a serious boxer and you want to be a contender and be a title holder. So then when in your career are you going to actually fight a contender in your weight class and not do gimmick fights?
I think he just called Mike Tyson a gimmick.
Mike Tyson's 58 years old, or will be at the time of the fight, yes.
So
as much as I
fight him?
respect Mike Tyson and his...
What did you just call me again?
I didn't call you anything.
What did you call me?
I didn't call you anything.
It's been 4 years in this sport, and I've done more to it than any boxer in the history of the sport. So in due time, sir, I will be fighting for a world championship, and I will be shutting you the up and making you eat your own words, just like the rest of these punks.
So, Jake Paul feels that he has done more for the sport than any other boxer in the 4 years that he has fought professionally. Both fighters were also asked about what makes them confident about beating one another on July 20th. Mike Tyson gave a shocking response to this. Have a look.
I don't know. Picture me losing to him.
You're going to have a lot of pictures of it, Mike.
I don't see it.
Last question. Last media question here.
Hey, this question is for Jake. Being that you've come to Dallas countless times and sold out the American Arena and even now AT&T Stadium now, I want to ask you, would you consider Dallas your home turf as far as a fighter?
Nah, Cleveland born and raised. Cleveland born and raised.
Jake Paul seems incredibly confident about winning the fight, but Mike Tyson isn't letting his guard down and expressed his desire to show the world what he's capable of. He also addressed the doubts in everyone's minds about him risking serious injury by fighting Paul. Paul is only 27 years old, and he has a massive advantage going into this fight. However, Iron Mike doesn't seem to care and believes that Paul is overweight.
I don't know if he's in his prime. He's fat. He should be lean and mean. He's fat and funky. I saw him with his shirt off over there. He's fat. I thought, did you start training already?
Hey, Buster Douglas was fat, am I right?
I know, but you're no Buster Douglas.
I'm better. I'm better.
No,
and I'm gonna end you quicker than he did. And you'll remember that forever. You started me off. I appreciate that, Mike. I love you. I love you. Like a father loves his son, but I must discipline you. You're going down, old man.
Okay, I love you too.
Mike Tyson also ended up taking a verbal jab at Paul in the process.
A number of people say when they talk about this fight, they say if Mike Tyson doesn't get Jake Paul early and get him out of there early, there's no way he can go all 8 rounds and win this fight. What do you say to that?
Okay, whatever. It's hard to even really be... he's not going to win. He couldn't even knock out Nick Diaz. Nick Diaz is 40 pounds. How he going to knock me out? What's the other guy? Anderson Silva. He didn't knock those little guys. How he going to knock me out?
Jake, majority of your fights, we've certainly seen the power on display.
Who did he knock out? Who did he knock out? Little children. He didn't knock out, never knocked out a real man. Come on.
He's questioning your power, Jake. He's saying you haven't knocked out a legitimate fighter of his ilk.
He didn't knock out Tommy Fury.
Your response to that, Jake?
Hey, look, he's right. I can't stand here and say I did those things, but what I promise to the people is on July 20th, Mike will be put to sleep, and he will feel my power, and I will go down as the man who put Tyson to sleep for the last time.
Mike, let me ask you this. For the 200 million who will be watching this fight around the world, well over 80,000 people that will be in AT&T Stadium, what can you guarantee these people they will get on July 20th when you step in the ring with Jake Paul.
Listen, we're here. We did enough talking. I'm ready to fight.
Mike Tyson's argument about Jake Paul failing to knock out any of his previous opponents was an interesting one, and will certainly shut all his doubters before this fight. There were also some weird moments during the press conference where Jake and Mike Tyson made some explicit comments about each other. Iron Mike probably made the most controversial comment of the night. Have a look.
I want to kiss Mike's big juicy lips.
You wanted to kiss me?
Indeed.
Huh?
He said he wanted to kiss you.
That's so ironic that he said that, because I saw pictures of him dancing at 16 doing that little dance on YouTube, and for some reason I had to reject
That comment by Mike Tyson could lead him to serious trouble on fight night. Jokes aside, both these fighters have tried their best to convince the world that this is a real fight and that they're serious about putting on a good show for the fans. And while the 2nd of May have succeeded in convincing the fans, the same cannot be said about the boxing experts. Let's have a look at what the boxing world had to say about this fight.
Yeah, you're asking the wrong guy. I'm a hardcore boxing fan. He's one of my heroes. I find it very sad. But it's a big event. I understand people are going to watch it. And it's entertainment, I guess, but for someone that idolised the guy growing up, yeah, not the best day.
Do you think Jake Paul gets any credibility if he beats Mike Tyson?
He's 58 years old.
Thoughts on this Mike Tyson and Jake Paul fight?
Oh, geez, I don't. It's a bit strange. You know, is my interest? The interest is low, and I don't know. I don't really. I don't understand it.
Got it. Any difference between this one and?
I wish well for Mike.
We're gonna go. Awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
So this is a lose-lose for Jake Paul. You can't go out there and potentially beat up Uncle Mike, the guy that's so loved by the world. You don't get no cool points for that. Let's say you go in there and you do beat up Uncle Mike. So you think now people are gonna respect you. Oh, Jake Paul, yeah, you beat Mike Tyson, 58-year-old Mike Tyson. No, you're not gonna get the respect for that. In fact, I think it'd actually be worse. People might hate you more because it's Uncle Mike. Everyone loves Uncle Mike. But on the flip side, you go out there and you get put to sleep, which is a possibility because Uncle Mike still has that punching power. He's still ferocious and he will still come at you. You go out there and get put to sleep. Let's just go ahead and sign the death certificate of your career. There's no more career after that.
In Riyadh, Mike Tyson at his age is facing a YouTuber that is much younger and hungry and capable of boxing as well. So it's going to be a good example for people that are at Mike's age. Yeah. It's also actually a good example for me to keep on punching, so to speak, and hopefully, and I look forward to that match as well. You can only be too old in your mind. Yeah. If you control your mind, you control everything in your life.
And Tyson, I don't care who you are, nobody's above Father Time. Tyson's what, like 6 years old, I think?
Tyson is 57.
57.
And Jake Paul is 27.
Yeah, you know, man, that you know, no matter how much of an athlete and mean Tyson was in his prime, this is way past his prime. So I just don't know how much of Tyson is left, you know. All these heavyweights that Tyson's been fighting, those shots just don't go away, you know. He's gotten hit by some of the hardest hitters that ever walked planet Earth, dead square on the jaw. So that only gets worse with time, you know. So could Jake beat him? Yeah. But is that Mike Tyson? No, it's not fucking Mike Tyson. We all know who Mike Tyson is. But obviously he's not fighting Mike Tyson. He's fighting the shuttle Mike Tyson. So I don't know, man. Maybe I overthink things like this in this matter too much, but there's too much.
And of that match between Mr. Paul and Mr. Tyson, which one do you think is going to win?
The only thing I'm worried about is Father Time. That's one thing that has never been beat. And Tyson's, he's older now. But I pray that he comes out healthy. But I think Jake Paul because of youth. That's the only thing, because of the youth.
I got Mike Tyson.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't see how Jake pulls this off. I see Mike Tyson punching him in the body, and I don't see how Jake stops that. Jake is not of the size to give Mike a problem. Mike can be, you know, big guys would hold Mike. Guys with long reach that outweigh him. Yeah. I think people that's Mike's weight with Mike's center of gravity, I don't think there's anything that's going to stop him. Mike hits him in the body don't move that much. I don't see how Jake survives a body attack, personally.
Some interesting insights and predictions from the boxing world. Everyone wants to see Mike Tyson come out victorious, though, and prove a point that age is just a number. A surprising message also came from His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh. The Saudi Minister for Sport and Entertainment was recently on MMA Hour with Ariel Helwani and shared his thoughts on the fight. He shared his concern for the boxing legend and hopes that he receives a fat paycheck from Netflix for this risky fight.
Mike I look for him. I have long relationship with him, and I look for him as a brother. I hope Netflix pay for him good money to do this thing. This is my answer.
But you are rooting for him. You want him to beat Jake Paul.
Of course, I want him to be. See, first of all, I'm a boxing fan. And you know me, you talk with me a lot. And you know my opinion about the boxing fight. And who must be boxing fight, doing boxing fight. Mike is 57, 58. If he fight, I prefer to be exhibition fight, not real fight, because the health issue is concerning me. And what is the useful of fight like this for the boxing fans? Netflix have the money. If they have the money, do big fight with real fighters for now. For that, as from the beginning I said to you, Mike is my brother, and I hope Netflix pay for him good money.
Canelo Alvarez was also asked about who would he prefer fighting between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul, and he shared a hilarious response. He also shared his concerns regarding a 58-year-old Iron Mike fighting Paul.
Who do you think would be a harder fight for you right now, Mike Tyson or Jake Paul? In a hypothetical scenario, who do you think would be tougher for you?
I think if you put them together in the ring with me, maybe it's gonna.
Maybe both together.
Maybe it's gonna be a little complicated.
But one or the other, they're not the same. You think they're the same? You think for you? Who do you think would win between them?
It's hard to say, but you know, it's risky for Mike Tyson.
Really? Why?
Sure. Yeah, because he's 57 and 58. I don't know.
Mike Tyson's former coach was also asked to share his thoughts on this fight being sanctioned as a professional boxing bout. He had an interesting opinion to share about Iron Mike. Atlas also had a stern warning for Paul.
Tyson ain't, look, we know he's 58 whatever, right? You don't need Teddy Atlas to tell you that. But what that video does tell you, he's a different guy. Which you can expect at that, but he's a different guy. He's not that guy that he was when he was scaring the bejesus out of people, you know, before fight. And when you knew what he was going to do, one thing, he was going to go and get you. Whether he got you or not, he was going. Now he's not. He doesn't appear to be that guy. And what is that? How does that manifest itself as far as a performance? I'll tell you one thing. He still has quick twitch fibers. He still has muscle memory. He was a great heavyweight champion. That he's still, you know, he still remembers how to slip, how to throw and fill a hole when he slips, how to weave, how to come out of it with a hook. He still has power. The last thing to go, you know, reflexes are gonna go. Speed is gonna be deteriorated, but power is the last thing to go. He still has power. He's still got that quick twitch with speed. The early rounds will be, if it's real. I don't know if it's real. I know one thing that's real. You know what that is? They're gonna make a lot of money. That I know. But as far as anything else, I don't know. But if it is real, the first couple rounds are going to be dangerous for Paul. Even at 58, I don't care. They're going to be dangerous.
Atlas feels that although Paul has lost his speed and reflexes from his boxing days, he still possesses immense power, and that would be enough to defeat Paul. He feels Paul stands no chance. However, he also gave Paul the credit for taking up this challenging fight.
And I give credit to Paul. Look, that guy's a genius. I mean, first of all, he didn't disrespect the sport. I hear people come up to me. I've been in the sport 50 years. Say, "Oh, Teddy, he disrespected the sport." No, he didn't.
Former NBA star Gilbert Arenas also shared his thoughts on the fight recently. He believes Jake Paul is going to get cooked by Mike Tyson and hopes that there are some regulations in place to protect the YouTuber turned boxer.
I hope there's some stipulations into that clause. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that there's rules that protects Jake Paul. Because, yeah, he's 57. But is he? Is he really 57? Punching power? Is this punching power 57? No. Right? One, he probably hits 3 times harder than Jake Paul can possibly ever hit. Right? I will hope Jake Paul is on some type of steroid. I will hope. Not to punch back Tyson. That ain't gonna work. I'm talking about to absorb some of this punching power Tyson has in his body. Right.
Gilbert Arenas doesn't think.
But yeah, man, that is the end of the video. Let me know what you guys think about all this down in the comment section, and overall subscribe for more content, man. But let me know what y'all think, man. Do y'all think Mike Tyson is gonna win this fight, or do y'all think Jake Paul is going to win this fight? Me personally, man, I really don't know. I think this is gonna be a good fight overall, but you know, Jake Paul, man, a lot of people do not trust Jake Paul in his fight simply because he fights a lot of athletes. You get what I mean? He fights athletes, which he should be, but you know, they're old. They're either old to the point where they shouldn't even be fighting anymore, or they're way out of their prime. You get what I mean? They're like retired. But I don't know, man. Overall, I think this would be a good fight. But a lot of people are counting out. Mike Tyson simply because of his age. Like I said, you get what I mean? The guy is going to be 58 when he fights Jake Paul, right? So a lot of people are taking that and, you know, riding with it simply because they think Mike Tyson is way out of his prime. He shouldn't even be fighting anymore, things like that, right? But we have people who don't even care, bro. Like, you get what I mean? They see Mike Tyson's training footage, for example, and they're like, wow, bro, this guy is still extremely powerful. He's quick, he's fast, he's insane. You get what I mean? Like, his training footage is terrifying. But yeah, man, overall, a lot of people are also picking Jake Paul to win this fight, but you never really know, Brian. You never really know, man. It's basically what I'm trying to say. Overall, this fight is going to be on Netflix, man. So, I don't know, man. For all we know, Jake Paul could be pulling off some shady business. You get what I mean? Simply because we should already know by now. The only reason Mike Tyson even took this fight was because of the money. You get what I mean? Like, it's to the point where he can't even deny Jake Paul's offer. You get what I mean? Simply because it was a lot of money on the table. But we all do know it's not even a debate, man. If Jake Paul offered Mike Tyson this fight with $0, man, Mike Tyson would not even pay attention to Jake Paul whatsoever. You get what I mean? So he took this fight simply because of the money. I'm not saying he's gonna lose, though. You get what I mean? Mike Tyson could go in there and pull it off for all we know, but I don't know, man. We'll just have to wait and see, man. But I don't have too much to say, so let me know your guys' opinion. So without further ado, gonna end the video here. If you did make it to the end, subscribe for more content, and peace out.